Hey all, it's Anosis. Welcome to part 8, which is the finale of the night run. Unless we do some extra stuff afterwards. Because we were doing the Dracula fight before, earlier today. And we ran out of time, which is not fun. Of course, not fun to run out of time. But yeah, you know, there hasn't been much gear that we have allowed ourselves to use, of course, and stuff like that, because we have to stick to the challenge quite a lot. I'm just, you know, så klart med en massa. Klart så would technically not be allowed and stuff like that, but, you know, we had no choice in the beginning, right? And as a kind of years where we never got as a drop. We did get, of course, the TNT and the dynamite and stuff like that, but yeah, and we will see how things go. I could move some more of the stuff, but we don't need to, and stuff like that, so yeah. You're of course gonna need to go and do the fight, and stuff like that. We'll see how things go. I would love to not use the defense potion though, and stuff like that, you know, and maybe save it for part 2, depending on, we don't know how long Dracula will take. Now I do feel like, right, that we, like we're not allowing, you know, like I've said, like I'm not allowing mist and stuff like that, so that depends on, like, can Dracula get into the more scary attacks and stuff like that, and, you know, it's the main question, right? Like we're gonna try, of course, to not pre-do a bunch of attacks, you know, and stuff like that. Now, of course, we don't have an attack potion, basically, at this point, so his damage is not super high yet, and stuff like that, but I know the electric is what really does a lot of damage. Here comes the electric, we need to basically do the resistance. I don't think that I got the timing down. I did. And I don't know if that would have dealt 1 damage anyway there at that point, I don't know. So yeah, he doesn't bleed, however, you know, of course. Same thing with Dracula. If Dracula bleeded, that would have been insane, by the way. So yeah, so we saved a bunch doing that, which is good, of course. Now we're probably gonna have some time left over, of course, after this, and I'm actually uploading the rest of these parts, by the way, of the night run and stuff like that, although they probably won't be come available until midnight or something like that. Or like the parts won't be come available until like better quality, because it often takes a really long time and stuff like that. So now we like potion into shield potion. Like potion into shield potion into what? Into smart potion. No, not yet. Smart potion needs to be when he does the triangle attack. When he does the, like the, what do you call the triangle attack? Like basically like a delta attack, like the Final Fantasy thing. I forgot, is that a specific element, the delta attack? I think it is. And I think that's the most scary attack that he has, basically, so yeah. And I think we need to go Yule Sword here, or Yule Knuckles, rather. Yeah, okay, he doesn't deal that much damage. But the thing is that we need to kill him quickly, because there is a certain form, or a certain thing that we can do. He's not doing it yet. He has the one way he gets up about all 3 heads, and then he does an attack. I need to pay attention also to our defense when that drops off. Okay, now we need to heal. Do we use high potion heal and use frames here? I'm gonna allow the flying of that there. Let's try and avoid an attack. There we go. Where did it go? There's the Unac, okay. And I also used to think that he is with that, by the way. So yeah, so we have lost the luck. I don't think we have lost the defense yet, though. Select potion first. We still have the 44 defense. I don't remember how long the defense lasts, though. Defense is out. Defense is out. Smart potion. We used to do smart potion earlier, actually, because well, we did use luck potion. Where is the defense potion? There is the potion. I'm pretty certain I got the cast off there. Well, I hope we did get the cast off there. Do one cast of high potion. See, that's the thing. That's the attack that I don't know how to dodge because it goes after you and stuff that. And if you cannot dodge that attack, you take a lot of damage because that's his highest damaging attack. This is really bad. That's it, everyone. That's it. But sadly, even though, you know, like we have cleared the game before, you know, and stuff that, we cannot skip the final text. You cannot skip this text either. We were our info. Try again. Yes. You start that immediately there. Yeah, again. So part 4 we're uploading part 5 and then part 6 and then part 7, and you can see there on the clip that that's where the one that we were at the place at the boss. So yeah. Now here's the problem, right? The ones that we have left now, pretty much all of them except for maybe the skeleton one that I want to do later, because I don't want to do the skeleton after we've already done a run that needed quite a bit of grind. I mean, this is the thing, right? The summoner run is really annoying because we can only grind from the mermaids and the bats, and we need to kind of get 99 from at least one of them of the whole like the summon things, right? Because the other summons, right, are the ones that we need to get from the, you know, from the monster vials. Those are the summons that we need to get our hands on and stuff like that. Now there are still stuff we can do, of course, because we have only recorded a little bit of it, like 7 minutes or 8 minutes or whatever it is, right? We could go and just finish the other bosses and stuff like that, the ones that were missing. Because we're missing the doppelganger fight, we're missing doppelganger, we're missing doppelganger, we're missing what's it called again? Galamoth. I don't remember if we did all the bosses in the first castle. Yeah, we did. I'm pretty certain we did all the bosses in the first castle. Yeah, we're missing Beelzebub also. We did not go and do Beelzebub either. So yeah. So there's still some stuff to do, but yeah. Yeah, the Japanese voice acting is very good. Although I wish it would be with the correct text, basically, because I'm pretty certain that the English text is not what they're saying at all and stuff like that, because yeah. And this has been a bit, you know, like, this challenge could have, of course, ended up being a lot easier, especially if we would have known that Plate Lord, we could have gotten neutron bombs from that. And of course, we never got the Holy Sword, we never got the S-Stock. The S-Stock is not that important. Not getting Holy Sword though is a big deal, by the way, because Holy Sword would have given us high damage versus all basically that are weak, which is pretty much all the skeletons are weak to holy. Like the majority of enemies are weak to holy. There's very few things that resist it. Only Richter and Maria resist holy. And if an enemy is not weak to holy, they're at least, neutral to it, stuff like that. So yeah. So the majority of enemies are weak to holy. I think also maybe the Solemn Witch is maybe weak to it. Now there's also the Spellcaster run, by the way. But here's the thing, right? The Spellcaster run, the question is how much do we make it a Spellcaster run, right? How much do we make it so that, the gear that you get in the Spellcaster run have to be from spellcasting enemies? That's something we can definitely make a rule and stuff that, and that would make like I would probably call it then like Magician hard or something like that to indicate that yeah, this is hard. You might say, but this person can do it without any gear or whatever. Yeah, but when you're only allowed to use spells, and then I wouldn't call wing smash spelling, so like flying around with bat all over the place with the wing smashing. Now I would of course allow you to use the transformations and stuff that for to get to certain areas, right? Because we would probably skip gravity boot in that type of run and stuff that, and instead just rely on like bat movements and stuff that. So yeah. But the thing is like, right, because spellcasting enemies are of course very, very obviously the ones that are spellcasting. Solemn Witch is spellcasting, regular Witch in the Floating Catacombs is spellcasting, Frozen Half is spellcasting, the ones in the cave is spellcasting, meaning you can get you the ice mail as an armor and stuff that. The Hellfire Beast is casting, he's clearly casting lightning, the Hellfire Beast, so whatever the Hellfire Beast drop, you can use. So if something drops a sword, you could technically use that instead of spells. But spells would be the priority, but that would mean that then you would have to use all the spells on a boss until you run out. But the main problem, in the beginning you're not going to have any weapons at all. There's going to be no weapons that count from being from a spellcasting enemy. So then, if you cannot destroy the first boss with only spells, and the thing is like that you might say, but you can use wait for magic to come back, and that is true. But that will feel very annoying if we're going to have to do that, but yeah. So that is one plan. Now the summoner might be even more annoying though, because we need to be able to get to one of the card locations to get a proper summon and stuff that. And you might say, you can allow Soda Dawning Castle to make it a bit easier and stuff that. But the thing is like, do we just go to where a place is where you can farm the summons and stuff? That is the question, because yeah. And it definitely did not come out in 1997 in Europe at least, and stuff that. Because I'm pretty certain that was not the year the Final Fantasy VII came out, because it was the same year the Final Fantasy VII came out in. Because I think it was 1 year later in 1998 in November or whatever it was. I think it was. But yeah, so we are going to continue on the file, because now it will clearly say clear on the file. Yes, now it says clear on the night file here. And I'm pretty certain we have gotten back absolutely everything we used up here. Yes, we have gotten everything back. We have the shield potions back and everything. We have the luck potions back, which is good. So now we move down to your thing. Now we can move down the stuff that we cannot. And you might say, now at this point you should just allow us to use all the stuff that we missed and stuff that. Which I won't, Which I won't. I thought about doing that, like, now just allow everything that can have dropped. Did we use that one? I'm pretty certain we don't have a Newton bomb down here, no. Because Newton bomb is... It's pretty funny, so the Newton bomb that we did use on one of the boss was something that was allowed to be used. Except because we did not get it to drop and stuff that, so yes, so, And Holy Grasses, again, I have argued for why the Holy Grasses is allowed and stuff that, but yeah. So yeah, so it's Bronze Craze, that's how you spell it. And we haven't allowed any of the cloaks either and stuff that, and of course I did allow the Bloodstone as well, I forgot to mention that actually, so yeah. Because otherwise the only weapons that we have allowed is Cutlass, Short Sword, Marabasa, U-Knuckles, Claymore, Bakatova, Axe Lord, Shield, Dynamite, Stock, Stock US Sword. We still haven't gotten the Holy Sword though. But yeah, and now we could go into cabins. You still don't do a lot of damage to him. I don't think we have anything that deals a lot of damage to him at all. There's no way we can deal with this enemy. Here's the thing though, I'm pretty certain that if we got the Holy Sword, we could deal decent damage to the Guardian and stuff like that, but for now we just have to skip him. But yeah, so this is obviously after we have already defeated everything, so we only have 3 bosses, yes. So it's Galmoth, Doppelganger 40, Doppelganger 40, Galamoth, and Beelzebub. Yeah, so Doppelganger, stuff that. Oh, Terminus East. There we go. That's a doppler we need from the skeletons and stuff like that, and you know. The thing is though that normally like you might say, oh, but you shouldn't allow any healing items because you know there are no healing items technically that you can get. Stuff that, which is true of course, but yeah. Now there's also of course like a shop run that you could do and stuff that which would you know allow the shop, but then the question is like, do you allow the sellable black garnets and stuff that like, or how do you make the money right and stuff that, because you know. Because right, what's preventing us from getting the Harper right away? And I don't know, would a shop run be fun enough to do, right? Would a shop run actually be fun enough to do? Is the main question, right? Like, I have no idea what people think, right? Like, oh, is a shop run fun enough to do? Saludame! Really? Game? That transition, man. I'm gonna have to do this. That was actually pretty funny. Yeah, it's very, very weird because it lags kinda in Requiem, I feel like, when you're at a screen transition a bit, you know, and stuff like that, so... So anyway, let's slap on the Bloodstone. The Bloodstone and Muramasa. Let's slap that on there. You might say also that, oh, allow Blood Sword because of the whole, because it's a set. I mean, that could be an argument, really, to be honest, and it would not be that much extra defense. Right, because, oh, you have killed enough now. No, I won't allow it yet. I will allow it once the Muramasa gets powerful enough. Yeah, we don't have the special attack yet. See, there was at one point when we did with Circle, like, OMG, why is the sword looking like this now? And stuff that, and I know no idea why it did, you know, why it looked the way it did, you know. Dark Metamorphosis. I always thought he should have a dialogue or something like that. Yeah, I think he has 800 health or something like that. I don't care about your damage, man. So he has a different colored Ricochet Stone. That's not the color of the Ricochet Stone normally. He's not trying to slash me though, which is weird, very weird. He can also quote-unquote combo you if you're unlucky. And if you actually often back off, when you get him into a corner, he will... there is a way to AM manipulate that. There we go. And the doppelganger, you can see the pixels over there. Oh man. And this is of course the place that we would grind this weapon and stuff that, so yeah. Down here in the pit. Except the pit is a dangerous place because it's full of those guys. And there's nothing here of course. So again, this could be a place where they could put something and stuff that, like, I'm just saying that there is enough space for them to put in, like, the missing Saturn items at least. Like, don't put in the Saturn areas if you're really gonna be that much angry about the gold Saturn is not the real version and stuff that, like, if you want to be like that, like, okay, like, don't put the stuff from the Saturn version or whatever, right? You're free to do that, like. So that's the good thing about this place, of course, is that there is a lot of blood splatter you can get here and stuff like that, which is the main thing, right? And doing this, by the way, doing this strat instead of doing the other strat, by the way, the strat where you use knives, which is basically a faster way to form the blood stains and stuff like that. But here's the thing, right? Doing it this way, I feel it's better and stuff like that, because then you are guaranteed to get the 99, no matter really at what level you start it. But I would recommend that you start it, of course, when you're as high as level as possible. But keep in mind, of course, that one thing you could save up for is, of course, until you can quote-unquote, I mean, you can never really one-shot the Guardians and stuff like that. But I'm pretty certain that once you get over a certain damage, even the Guardian is gonna take a lot of damage from these and stuff, that's, yeah. So yeah, so we're at 63 damage now from that, and the best thing about here is that we can grind up sushi here and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So yes, how much longer? Okay, 22 minutes. So we could grind here for a while. Because here's the thing, right? If we get 90 damage with this, for example, if we get this up to 90 damage, then that would be really good. And stuff like that, yeah. But maybe I should do a straw poll. I thought about that because, straw poll would let my viewers vote and stuff like that. And maybe I would do the straw poll on Twitter as well. Like, I don't know how many people do my Castlevania stuff on Twitter and stuff like that. Like probably a hashtag, like Symphony of the Night Challenge run or something like that, Because, like, should I do Magician hard mode first, and stuff like that? But then I would call it hard mode if you make it so that the gear you can use have to be from certain things, but yeah. And the thing is that if someone is doing like a challenge run and they're using the randomizer, the thing is that then you can often like have things like, oh now medical spell cost less or whatever, right? Or now wolf form cost less or something, Yeah, we missed out on a few heals there, but yeah. So that we're at 65 now, currently on it and stuff like that, yeah. Now, of course, the blood cloak, as you know, does decrease our luck. It's weird. Now, again, there are some arguments also with the Murmasa, of course, that, once you're, because you're drinking, you could say that, the sword is drinking blood, but you're drinking the blood also, so you're becoming a vampire, and, and then you're a vampire knight, and now you can use the Twilight Cloak eventually, or something, but yeah. But I mean, yeah, so these are only really the armors we have been using and stuff that, and the spike break I only allowed it through the back rooms and stuff that, so yeah, mostly, and stuff that, yeah. And of course, yes, you can use grind things, but yeah. Now, of course, I have said, like how, maybe you should have allowed all the stuff that could have been at the castle keep, right, and stuff like that, but then there would have been a lot of stuff that would have been allowed, because then you could have allowed yourself to use the platinum mail earlier at the first point, because you only really needed the double jump to reach the... Right, you can... No, you cannot reach it with double jump, right? Right, reaching the platform. Right, because I'm pretty certain you need some form of light to do it. Or I think you can do it with double jump if you also use the thrusting sword and stuff, that the thrusting sword trick. But yeah. The 16 hit is so good with the bloodstone though. And keep in mind, there is technically another way to get another bloodstone. I do remember having done that at one point. But I forgot how it was that you got a second bloodstone. I'm pretty certain that I've seen that somehow, another bloodstone. But I forgot how it was that you got a second bloodstone. And I'm curious. I'm curious to try a lot of... At some point I want to go over like... Right, I feel that's going to be enough. So the Claymore is not matched yet. This is not stronger than the Bekatova. It is not as strong as the Evil Knuckles. It is stronger, of course, than the Chakram. Let's put the Chakram up here again. Yeah, put it where the meal ticket is. There we go. So. Again, of course, it would have been really nice if we would have gotten our hands on the... so much stuff down here. Yeah, so there are 3 types of basically monster device, by the way, if we would ever do the summon run. Like, Monster Battle 3 is Summon Skeleton Alley, then there's a blue one, and another one as well. And we would basically need to grind. And keep in mind that the common drop is the circle from the mermans, and the uncommon drop is the rare drop, pretty much. Except it's not always rare, the secondary drop. You know, they always call it a rare drop, but it's not always rare. Okay, now they're at least kinda doable to kill. Is it a... No, there's nothing up there. What is Svehand dropped? Yeah, get the mana prism, It's gonna be a bit of an issue on the way back. We do get an elixir here though. We do get a little bit of healing there. I thought that there was some life max up here. Please life max up. Yeah, this HP is not good. I don't think there's anything here, right? No. Right, so I mean there's nothing really more that we can go and get really in this place that is important. We could use library card, by the way. Force of Echo. Library card. So that's a hand there. Because yeah, that's the only way to get a Svehand from those and stuff like that. And the Svehand is of course a big upgrade from the thing. But here's the thing, right? I also thought about the whole thing with the knight that is very important, right? And that is, right, like here, so. Right, what do they say about the thing, right? Armored Knight Shield, for example, like, okay, like Armored Knight Shield, so that would be allowed because of the fact that it would be called as a Knight Shield. We should have allowed the Knight Shield to be used, but there's no point when you have the Axe Lord Shield because it's the same defense. But yeah. Like, right, because if there's a weapon that in the description, even though it doesn't drop from a knight enemy, right? If a weapon in the description reads something to do with knights and stuff like that, like, oh, like commonly used knight sword or like commonly used knight anything, right? Would count, right? You know, like. Because none of these mentions, I think none of those mentions it. Okay. Right, and we don't really have anything new here, I don't think. Yes, it doesn't keep the two either there. Now you might say, oh, now you have defeated that guy, but of course none of these mentions like a knight or anything, right? You know, and stuff that, but yeah. And right, and I would not be allowed to buy the circlet or the silver crown from the shop either, and stuff that, then you might argue, right, okay, like, is there a lore on what armor the different knights are using? Like, are there certain knights that are using the iron grace? Are they using the steel grace? Or the knights that are using the diamond plate? You know, stuff that, so yeah. So reverse. I will allow this as the very first cloak, the reverse dual color reversible cloak. Because, you know, this cloak, you can say that, oh, now it's a quest reward because, oh yeah, you defeated Dracula, you know, and stuff that, like, okay, this is the first quest, right? Because, you know, you might say, oh, but this is a big difference. Yes, it is a bit of a difference. In defense, it's only one defense, but it is 3 extra constitution, and of course the blood cloak is still better, so it's not an upgrade over that. Crystal cloak is still better, royal cloak is significantly better and stuff like that, but yeah. And then I thought about, okay, the next one would be a reward that we would get, which would be the forest cloak, of course. We could also go and get holy rod at this point, by the way. But yeah. Okay, Amazon. Okay. Yeah, we should have enough time to kill both of the bosses and stuff like that, yeah. I mean, I thought about that, like, could there technically be quests that you could say that you could get, right? And that, right, and you could say that, oh, it's quests because of the fact that he has like tactics as a thing, right? You could say that tactics could be replaced with a text called quest. And then, like, it's basically like, oh, quest to kill this. This boss gives this reward, right? You know, like, someone could construct something like that, like, okay, like, after you defeat this quest, you're allowed to use these pieces of gear and stuff like that. You know, and it would have to be gear then that it doesn't drop from an enemy. It would have to be gear that's actually placed out in the world and stuff like that. You know, and it could be interesting things that you do with that, of course. But you can see that we still haven't done the majority there with the fire batteries and everything there and stuff that we could have done. Meaning we don't have those enemies either. Yeah, we're gonna go through this way, by the way, just so we can get those enemies. This is Sword Lord, by the way. Which does not drop the holy sword, it's the vandal sword that does. We did get this right, yeah, we did. Let's save actually at this point. So how much is our MP? Our MP is at 209 at this point. Which again, as I've said, right, the most expensive spell, I think it's... Because I don't think the Sword Brothers spell is more expensive, but I'm pretty certain that the most expensive spell is going to be... it's Soul Steel, which is 50. Which is bad, by the way, the fact that our MP is that low at this level and stuff that. You might say, oh, but if you have high intelligence, you have more MP or whatever, you know. So it might be true. I forgot if it is or not. There we go. Fire of Bat. And you might say that, oh, something like that should count as a spell. Yes, I would count something like that as a spell. These are called Phantom Skulls. Alright, Flail Guard. Oh no, man. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. The Flail Guard. Like, what am I unknowing about? Like, okay, so the reason we're unknowing is because of the fact that, yeah, the Flail Guard, I forgot. I'm pretty certain that the Flail Guard does not read that it's a knight. Because it's very clearly a skeleton, it's very clearly undead. But still, here's the thing, right? If this classifies as a knight in any way, that would be a big deal. You could also technically say that the stuff that's in here, in each of the caster, will count as well, and stuff that. Yeah, you can get a requisite stone there. I always wonder what this was supposed to be like for and stuff that, but I think it's a hint that you... But even if you, like, that maybe this is the height that they are at, if you use Wing Smash from there, and stuff that, so yeah. Keep in mind, yes, Medusa hits speed, by the way, so, you know, it's nice. Yeah. Now you might say, oh, but it could be something that only relies on using, like, stuff that exists out in the world. Like, not drops from enemies, but stuff that you can find, like, on the ground and stuff that. But then that will become very easy because, you know, because of the fact that the Alucard set is placed out in the world, right, and stuff that, you know. And then again, right, that the fact that the Armor Lord counts as like an undead, right, that still doesn't mean that he is a knight, even though he doesn't have it in the description, the Armor Lord. Because, right, if Sword Lord is a knight, then why would the Armor Lord not be a knight and stuff that? But that would mean that you would be allowed to use the God's Garb if you would get it, but of course you would need to kill Guardians, and Guardians are hard to kill. And I don't know if we could get extremely lucky from the Cloak Knight, by the way. I would have loved to have this powerful enough to where we could kill the Cloak Knight in one hit. Yeah. Now, see, here's the thing that it's called Cloak Knight, and it says Mysterious Swordsman, right? And here's the thing, like normally it would have to have Knight in the description, but it's called Flamberge. So would Flamberge have been stronger? Yes. Flamberge. So get this down here. Right, because, right, I know that you might say, oh, but you're breaking the rules now. Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's being called a Mysterious Swordsman, right, it's because he's cloaked, but he's a knight. So he's a knight, right, and you might say, oh, but he's a spirit, right? Yeah, but the Vandal Sword is also a spirit, like, point is. Oh, but Vandal Sword is... oh shit. gets yellow, which never made any sense. I don't remember, was it yellow in the PlayStation version? But I'm pretty certain that I've seen this be pink, which is supposed to be. Again, it might be a glitch though, by the way, because we saw how that Muramasa looked at one point. So I don't know if it's dependent on certain things, like certain data or whatever, you know, and stuff that's, yeah. But yeah, Flambert. And you can see, yes, it is stronger than that, but the Zweihander is of course stronger. But the Zweihander is not from a knight's head, you know, and stuff like that, so you have a two-handed sword. Flame-edged sword. And Flambert, I believe is French, specifically. The Flambert, by the way, the reason why it looks like the way it does, is because it does have way more range. Now you might say that, oh, you should allow like Obsidian Sword, because of the fact that Obsidian Sword is an actual, you know... Yeah, we one-shot them now. Now, of course, you cannot immediately get into the Vandal Sword, but the two-shotting these are actually very good. We could if you have enough time here. I don't know. I want to check how much on the uploads that we have left now. So that's run number part 5, part 6, part 7. So we have one of the uploads and that's 38 minutes left on that. And I don't know if the upload speed is slower than if we have lost some of the upload speeds. You know, maybe at some point it will be fast to have used the wireless one, the 5G one, and stuff like that. Maybe that will be fast for upload eventually. So that, of course, yeah. No, Putin. He's the best. No, Putin. No. I feel like when I watched that interview, I felt like, you know, like, oh, he would enjoy like Age of Empires 4 and stuff like that, because Age of Empires 4 does have correct quote-unquote Russian history and stuff like that. The thing about Ukraine, anyone would believe that, oh, Ukraine was its own country, it has never been its own country, right? And saying that that's alternate history is like complete bullshit. But everyone knows socialists always lie. Socialists have always been the Nazis. And Antifa, the modern Antifa, is not anti-Nazis, they are Nazis themselves, because they use... Oh, but we have to use Nazi tactics to fight Nazis now, except they attack minorities and they don't care. They call someone a Nazi, then they are out to do whatever they want to them, and people just agree with it. Oh, because the biggest threat in the world is right-wingers, and they have to make up fake right crime, because the right-wing people don't like to commit crimes. And the majority of the time it's just left-wing individuals, and then they go in and change what they have said on like places to all of a sudden be like they plant stuff, which everyone knows that the FBI does, knows that that's, yeah. You're actually grinding for the Holy Sword here, by the way. You know, so yeah. Again, right, the reason why I did not allow the reason that we did not allow the Cloak Knight earlier is because I know that Flambert is so much better and stuff that than pretty much anything else. And stuff that, like, I know that the Flambert is really good, like that's the whole point. And stuff that yes, the Flambert is considerably stronger than the Claymore. I'm pretty certain it has a bigger hitbox as well, and stuff like that, and it does not decrease your defense. And I don't think even Zweihander decreases the defense. That thing with decreasing defense is just really a katana-like thing, or for the other katanas. Now, one thing you could do also, for example, is a proper like two-handed run or whatever, right? But then, of course, like making a proper two-handed run, would that mean that we would have to stick with Red Rust when we get it, probably? Which would be bad, of course. And what is the first replacement to Red Rust, you know, is the question, right? do we just try and rush getting to where the Sucker Boss is just in order to get a claymore? Is the question. Now Flambirds, of course, we can get from the Cloak Knight, so that is something, you know, and stuff like that. So again, I definitely feel that with the luck we have, like, things will be easier to get and stuff like that, but it's not guaranteed. Oh, I should have been using the metal there instead of the Mystic Pendant, so yeah. Stone versus ice-based attacks. And again, I will probably need to explain in, like, because I did do post some things in the night thing on the part 1 and stuff like that. But in the final part of the Ninja challenge, I'm gonna post like challenge ideas and stuff like that. But yeah. But I think it was in the Magician run, right? We could go over, if we have some extra time, right, and just call a video like Black Rules for Magician run and like explain how that would work and stuff like that. But that I probably wouldn't record today because it is getting pretty late now and stuff like that, so yeah. Because I might just have time for one more recording after this and stuff like that, so yeah, you know. Why does it keep me down there when I... Now it didn't, for whatever reason. So I'm guessing Holy Sword would go into that location if we get it, but yeah. Holy Sword would be so nice though. Because here's the thing with the Holy Sword, right? The Holy Sword, again, as I've said, is good against most things. But the thing is, the Muramasa is the bad drop, like that's the weird thing. Like how come I got 2 Muramasas and I never got a Holy Sword? Is that because I've been killing them like out of bounds? The one that gets killed on the stairs, can he not drop the Holy Sword because of that? Or maybe I have to kill him with the Holy Rod for the Holy Sword to show up. You know, maybe there is certain rules, you know, and stuff like that. Like, but I don't know, like, why would it drop Muramasa? And is it because of a certain luck value? Like, I don't know. Like, you would figure, right, that, okay, you have gotten 2 Muramasas, and why haven't you got a single Holy Sword? Or is there a bug with Holy Sword? And here's the thing, right? One thing that I thought about going over at some point, because I don't know if all the codes are known yet, by the way, in the game. I'm pretty certain people could look into the code and stuff that, like, please, if people know, right, and stuff like that, like, but also, would it be programmable? Are the codes that technically exist in the game but aren't, like, active? Because I know, right, that anything that fits should, quote-unquote, in my opinion, be a code. Which might seem, like, really weird, right? Or what I mean with that is, for example, if you put in Axe Lord, I believe it is, then you start with the Axe Lord armor. If you put in Axe Lord as a name, like without space, by the way. I don't think you put in Axe Lord armor. I think you only put in Axe Lord, and that's an actual code that you can use and stuff that. There are also some other codes, but I forgot what the codes are because I used to know a lot of those codes. Because there is a surprising amount of codes that are like, that isn't like the Maria or the Richter, and instead are like a gear that you start with. I don't think there is one for Dracula tunic. You might say, oh, there are ones for the gear that you get from the like the librarian, right? And one of them is the Axlord armor. Another one, of course, would be the Dracula tunic then, and stuff that, and you know. And one thing would obviously be also be the what do we call it? Yeah. Now, of course, yes, we could delete some space after this, by the way. We could delete some space and stuff that, especially with the clip we have already uploaded, because I'm gonna need to check the space before we start the next recording, by the way. I'm gonna need to like quit out of the game. stuff that. I really want to get the Holy Sword though, even though technically yes we won't need the Holy Sword on. I mean technically it's because a Holy Sword completely destroys Beelzebub. Because Beelzebub is going to be quite hard because Beelzebub can hit very hard. And we need to use the resist darkness I feel on him and stuff that. Obviously, right, also when it comes to spell casting, right, it needs to be an enemy casting a spell. But you might say, oh, but what to do wrong? Or whatever you call it, like, you know, right. Because, you know, because they are in the library and they can, if you wait long enough, they can cast. But we would need to have seen it cast a spell, right, but then you would be allowed to use the High Cuirass, and you would be allowed to also use the Rapier as an actual sword. And that might be good, right, if we are encountering bosses that just takes too long to kill with the spells and stuff that, because that's gonna be a main problem right there. That, okay, like do we use slap on a Mystic Pendant, do we try and rush for the Mystic Pendant as quickly as possible, right? And stuff that. Oh, another Muramasa, there's a third Muramasa. 3 Muramasas, no Holy Sword. Muramasa has lower drop rate. I think at least, I don't know man, I don't know if they... Right, because normally they don't drop Holy Sword, right, in the PlayStation version, right? Or do they? Maybe they do. But I mean, in the PlayStation version it's just easy to get the Holy Sword. But why didn't they place Holy Sword somewhere? Like it always feels weird, like why isn't there a place where you can get the Holy Sword? Now, if there would have been an alternative thing that you could get the Holy Sword from, then that would make sense. If they would have given it as a drop to something else that you could farm. Because, right, because the Holy Sword is the common drop, the Muramasa, the second drop is always the rare drop. I'm pretty certain though that the Holy Sword is actually a code as well. And so that I'm pretty certain that you can actually start with Holy Sword, that's an actual code. But I think, yeah, because... Right, and I'm disappointed that why didn't they make the SoTN code like the GTI Club or GT Club or whatever, why don't they make that code work? Because that makes you start with 500,000. Not 500,000, or is it 500,000? Is it just for the duplicate that it's for? There we go, there it is, dude, there it is, dude! There it is, dude, the sexiest sword in the game. Cross-hilt strong versus undead. And now we need to put these further down here now, because we haven't got them in the drops yet. Yeah, do that. Holy Sword Cross-hilt strong versus undead. And you can see here, it's same strength as Claymore. It is stronger than the Muramasa, stronger than the Euro Sword, weaker than the Claymore, yeah, it's cross-hilt, strong versus undead. It also has the special attack. And yeah, so we pretty much got one of like, what would you call it, like the ultimate sword in the game, kinda. Except no, not really, I wouldn't rank it that high. But I think it's that you can beat the entire game with the sword, except for the fight. But you don't need to hurt Richter, because this makes it so that you won't kill the Richter either by mistake. It makes it so that there's no chance for you to actually kill Richter, which is also very good. No, I'm pretty certain that we would have enough file space to do another recording after this, I'm pretty certain. Stuff that, but yeah. Yeah, but we will need to check, by the way, how much longer? Okay, so we should have time to reach one of the bosses at least. We should have time to reach Beelzebub, or to save just before Beelzebub. That's our goal. I'm pretty certain that's the quickest way to do it and stuff that. Yeah. Man, so we got 3 Muramasas before we got the Holy Sword. Which, by the way, is crazy. Look at this damage though. Look at this damage to 100. Look at this damage. 73. Okay, why? Yorick is not weak to... I mean, I'm guessing it's a poor soul. Or it's basically a soul that is lost. I think you can bat through that, which is very weird. You can't miss through it. I mean, I think you can miss through it, but still. But yeah, I think the quickest one is actually the quickest one is going to be the horse. Horse is closest. Horsey! Horsey! Horsey? Yeah, the map is not... the exploration is not very good. Oh, we missed so much. And stuff that. Yeah, 142, there we go. That's more like the damage we're supposed to see. We can actually take a shortcut here, by the way. A pretty big shortcut to reach him faster. Yeah, Lesser Demon. Oh, and he dropped Holbein Dagger. It's nice. Holbein Dagger would, of course, by the way, be the best dagger. Which is 53 damage, actually, from the Holbein Dagger. But yeah, this is the shortcut I'm talking about. That's not the shortcut. Oh man. My brain. Mama Luigi. Yes, it is the shortcut. He is the cop, and he's blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's a demon that doesn't take more damage from Holy for whatever weird reason. And this is gonna be a save. That's gonna be close to BC Bob. Yes. And we are gonna need to stop now, by the way, because this was the part 8 and this was the finale and stuff like that. And we are gonna go back just to do just to finish up the final bosses. Just because, right, we have defeated Dracula already and stuff like that. So yeah. So I see you all.